When God wants to make a man great, he breaks him first. Oswald Chambers. Think about that. Before the blessing comes the breaking. Before the spotlight, there's the struggle. And before you step into something big, you must first become someone bigger on the inside. See, we all want the reward, but are we becoming the kind of person who can carry it? Every day is an opportunity, not to prove yourself to the world, but to prepare yourself for what's coming. So in this video, we're diving into 10 things you must work on every single day, not just to get better, but to get ready. Let's start with the first one. Habit 1, start your day with quiet time. Starting your day with quiet time is one of the most important habits you can develop, yet it's often overlooked in our busy, noisy world. This habit isn't about doing nothing or simply sitting around. It's about intentionally creating a moment of calm and focus before the day's chaos sets in. When you wake up, your mind is usually filled with random thoughts, worries about what's ahead, or even replaying yesterday's mistakes. Without quiet time, these thoughts can overwhelm you and set a stressful tone for the entire day. Taking even just 10 or 15 minutes in the morning to sit quietly, breathe deeply, pray, meditate, or reflect can make a huge difference. This is your time to connect with yourself and, for many, with God or a higher purpose. It's a sacred pause that helps you reset your heart and mind. In that stillness, you gain clarity about what's truly important and prepare your spirit to handle the challenges that may come your way. The idea closely aligns with what Napoleon Hill and other motivational teachers emphasize. Before receiving something big or going through transformation, there is a preparation phase. This often comes through discomfort, uncertainty, and pruning. Quiet time helps you navigate this phase. It's in these moments of solitude that you start to understand the lessons behind your struggles. You begin to trust the process, even when the future feels You develop patience, faith, and resilience because you're centering your thoughts not on fear or frustration, but on hope and purpose. The Bible encourages this practice too. Jesus often withdrew from the crowds to pray and be alone, showing us the value of solitude for strength and clarity. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." In the stillness, you become aware of God's presence and guidance, which gives you peace that passes all understanding. Quiet time is a way to tune out the noise of the world and tune into that deeper wisdom. Pastor Craig Groeschel once said, "Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most." Quiet time is that discipline in action. It's a conscious choice to prioritize your well-being, your spiritual health, and your mental clarity over the distractions and urgent demands that constantly pull at you. When you build this habit, you start the day grounded in your values and goals rather than reactive to stress and external pressures. In daily life, this habit can look different for each person. Some might start with prayer or reading a devotional. Others might prefer journaling, meditating on a positive thought, or simply sitting in silence. Whatever form it takes, the key is consistency and intention. Over time, this practice cultivates a calm confidence and an inner strength that carries you through difficulties. It reminds you that every struggle is temporary and that you are being prepared for something greater, just like the pruning process Hill describes. By starting your day with quiet time, you create a solid foundation for everything else. You gain clarity about what you can control and what you must trust God to handle. You enter the day with a heart ready to receive blessings and the wisdom to navigate challenges. This habit transforms your mindset, helping you respond thoughtfully rather than react emotionally, which makes all the difference in your journey toward greatness. Habit 2, plan your day with simple, clear goals. After centering your mind and preparing yourself mentally, one of the most powerful habits you can develop is planning your day with simple, clear goals. Without this, it's easy to become overwhelmed by endless tasks or distractions, leaving you feeling lost and unproductive. Setting clear, manageable goals is like drawing a map for your daily journey. It provides direction and purpose, turning chaos into order. Imagine starting your day without any plan, letting things happen randomly. You might get caught up in urgent but unimportant tasks or waste time on distractions, which happens to all of us sometimes. When you don't set clear goals, your day can feel like a series of random events rather than a purposeful step toward your bigger dreams. On the other hand, a well-planned day fuels motivation and focus. It helps you prioritize what truly matters and say no to what doesn't. Napoleon Hill talks about how life sometimes prunes away what is unnecessary to make room for growth. In a similar way, clear goals help you prune your day. You learn to cut out distractions, irrelevant activities, and mental clutter that don't contribute to your growth or happiness. This habit helps you focus your energy on high-impact tasks rather than spreading yourself too thin. Here's where simplicity is key. You don't need to overwhelm yourself with a long list of things to do. Instead, choose 2 or 3 meaningful goals that, if accomplished, will make your day feel successful. For example, if you're working on a project, don't just write "work on project." Be specific. Write the introduction to the project report, or outline the next steps for marketing. Specificity breaks big tasks into small, actionable steps, which make starting easier and progress measurable. Science backs this up. Studies show that writing down your goals makes you far more likely to achieve them. When you put your intentions on paper or in a digital planner, you signal to your brain that these tasks are important. It also reduces the mental stress of trying to remember everything, freeing up cognitive resources for creativity and problem solving. Beyond just writing down goals, planning your day involves scheduling when you'll do each task. Assigning time blocks helps you build discipline and avoid procrastination. For example, you might decide to write your sales email first thing in the morning, when your mind is fresh, and follow that with client calls in the afternoon. Structuring your time like this prevents decisions from dragging on and reduces the chance of distractions creeping in. Reflecting on your day is another critical part of this habit. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each evening reviewing what you accomplished and where you faced challenges. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and be honest about what didn't go as planned. This reflection builds self-awareness and sharpens your ability to plan better in the future. As Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Setting clear goals every day is a practical way to build that discipline. It turns vague dreams into concrete actions and helps you build momentum. Over time, this habit leads to continuous improvement, making you more focused, productive, and confident in your ability to reach your bigger vision. In summary, planning your day with simple, clear goals is not just about being organized. It's about creating a mindset of purpose and intentionality. It helps you prune away distractions, stay focused on what truly matters, and build the momentum needed to achieve your dreams, one day at a time. Habit 3, take care of your body every day. Your body is the foundation on which everything else in your life depends. If your body isn't functioning well, it's much harder to stay focused, motivated, and energetic throughout the day. That's why taking care of your physical health must be a daily habit. This doesn't mean you have to become a fitness fanatic or follow a strict diet, but simple, consistent actions can make a huge difference. Every day, your body faces wear and tear. From mental stress to physical activity, and even the food you eat affects your energy levels and mood. Just like a car needs fuel and maintenance, your body needs proper nourishment, movement, and rest to perform at its best. When you neglect your health, you risk feeling tired, unfocused, and even anxious, which can hold you back from achieving your goals. Start with the basics: drinking enough water, eating balanced meals, and moving your body. Hydration is often overlooked, but is critical for clear thinking and good energy. Water helps flush out toxins, improves digestion, and supports brain function. Try to drink at least 6 to 8 glasses daily, and more if you are active or in a hot climate. Nutrition also plays a key role. Foods rich in vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats, like fruits, vegetables, nuts, and whole grains, fuel your brain and body, helping you stay sharp and resilient. Avoid relying heavily on sugary snacks or processed foods that give a quick burst of energy but lead to crashes later. Remember what Jim Rohn said: take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Movement is equally important. You don't need an intense gym session every day. Even a 20-minute walk, stretching, or simple exercises at home can boost your mood, improve circulation, and increase stamina. Movement also releases endorphins, natural chemicals that reduce stress and make you feel good. Sleep is another vital piece of this habit. Consistently getting 7-8 hours of quality sleep recharges your mind and body, strengthens your immune system, and improves memory. Lack of sleep makes it harder to focus and handle challenges, making progress toward your goals slower and more frustrating. Daily self-care for your body also includes listening to it. If you feel tired or overwhelmed, allow yourself to rest. Pushing too hard without breaks can lead to burnout. As the saying goes, your body hears everything your mind says. So treat it with kindness and respect. Ultimately, the better care you give your body, the more energy and clarity you will have to take on the challenges life throws at you. When you feel physically strong and healthy, you're more resilient, confident, and motivated, ready to face whatever comes your way. Habit 4, cultivate a positive mindset every day. How we think directly shapes how we feel and what we do. Cultivating a positive mindset isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on solutions, opportunities, and growth instead of dwelling on setbacks and negativity. This habit, practiced daily, transforms how you approach life's challenges and opens doors to new possibilities. Every day, your mind encounters countless thoughts, some helpful, some harmful. Negative thoughts can drain your energy, increase stress, and make you feel stuck. But when you intentionally focus on positive, hopeful thoughts, you build mental strength and resilience. It's like training a muscle. The more you practice positive thinking, the stronger it becomes. This doesn't mean you ignore reality or sugarcoat difficulties. Instead, you acknowledge challenges but remind yourself that setbacks are temporary and that you have the power to overcome them. Napoleon Hill, the author famous for his book Think and Grow Rich, said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." This quote reminds us that belief and attitude are the starting points for success. One way to build a positive mindset is through daily affirmations, simple, positive statements about yourself and your goals. For example, saying, "I am capable of handling whatever comes my way," or "I learn and grow from every experience," can rewire your thinking over time. Another powerful tool is gratitude. Each day, take a moment to think about or write down things you're thankful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what you already have, creating a sense of contentment and motivation. Surrounding yourself with positivity also matters. The people you spend time with, the books you read, and even the media you consume influence your mindset. Choose to engage with sources that uplift and inspire you. This conscious environment supports your inner optimism and keeps negative influences at bay. Remember, cultivating a positive mindset doesn't mean you won't face difficulties, but it changes how you respond. Instead of being overwhelmed or giving up, you become someone who looks for lessons and new paths forward. As Winston Churchill once said, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." By working on your mindset daily, you build a foundation for lasting success and happiness. You begin to see challenges as stepping stones, not obstacles. You gain confidence, reduce stress, and invite more joy and peace into your life. Habit 5, practice patience and trust the process. In today's fast-paced world, patience is one of the most underrated but powerful habits you can develop. When you're working toward big goals, it's easy to feel frustrated by slow progress or unexpected delays. But learning to practice patience means understanding that growth and success don't happen overnight. They require time, effort, and often unseen work behind the scenes. Think about a seed planted in the soil. It doesn't sprout instantly. It needs time to take root, to be nurtured, and to grow strong before it can bloom. The same is true for your dreams and personal growth. Sometimes the hardest part is simply waiting and trusting that your efforts will pay off. even when you can't see the results yet. This is where trust comes in. Trust means believing that everything happening in your life is part of a bigger plan, even if you don't understand it fully at the moment. The famous author Napoleon Hill, whose teachings inspire many, said, "Patience, persistence, and perspiration make an unbeatable combination for success." It's a reminder that your patience is not passive, it's active. You continue working, learning, and growing while you wait. Practicing patience also builds your character. It teaches you to remain calm during challenges, to avoid impulsive decisions, and to keep faith that better days are ahead. When you rush or push too hard, you might miss important lessons or burn out before reaching your goals. One way to strengthen patience is to shift your focus from the outcome to the present moment. Celebrate small wins and improvements instead of only focusing on the big finish line. This approach makes the journey more enjoyable and less stressful. Another important point is to remember that setbacks or delays don't mean failure. They are often part of the process, tests, designed to prepare you for something greater. The biblical story of Joseph, who spent years in hardship before becoming a leader, is a powerful example of how patience and trust can lead to unexpected blessings. So, practicing patience is about holding steady, keeping your faith alive, and understanding that timing matters. When you trust the process, you're less likely to give up or lose hope. Instead, you stay committed, knowing that every step, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goal. Habit 6. Take responsibility for your actions. Taking full responsibility for your actions is a crucial habit that shapes your personal growth and success. It means owning your choices, your mistakes, and your achievements without blaming others or external circumstances. When you accept responsibility, you gain control over your life rather than feeling like a victim of situations beyond your influence. In daily life, it's easy to fall into the trap of blaming delays, failures, or setbacks on bad luck, difficult people, or uncontrollable events. But this mindset keeps you stuck and powerless. Real growth begins when you say, "This is on me. What can I learn from this? How can I improve?" Taking responsibility also means being honest with yourself. Sometimes it's uncomfortable to admit you were wrong or didn't do enough, but this honesty is essential for real change. As the great philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your reaction is your choice, and owning that choice is powerful. When you practice this habit daily, you build integrity and self-respect. People start trusting you more because they see you as reliable and accountable. Plus, you become more proactive, looking for solutions instead of excuses. This habit ties closely to faith in your journey. You recognize that while you can't control everything, you can control your effort and attitude. Even when challenges come, you take the steps necessary to keep moving forward, learning from each experience. Taking responsibility also means being accountable to others, whether at work, with family, or in friendships. Acknowledging your part in conflicts or failures opens the door to better communication and stronger relationships. In the words of author J.K. Rowling, it is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all. Taking responsibility encourages you to embrace failure as part of growth, not something to fear or avoid. Ultimately, this habit empowers you to lead your life with confidence and clarity. You're no longer waiting for others to fix things or for luck to change. Instead, you actively shape your path by owning your actions every single day. Habit 7. Cultivate patience and trust the process. In today's fast-pacing world, patience can feel like a rare virtue. We want quick results, instant answers, and immediate success. But the truth is, most meaningful growth and big opportunities take time to develop. Cultivating patience means learning to stay calm and steady, even when things aren't moving as fast as you wish. When you trust the process, you recognize that every challenge and delay is part of a bigger plan, whether it's spiritual, personal, or professional. Sometimes, life seems to slow down just when you want to speed up. This can be frustrating, but it's often a sign that you're being prepared for something greater. Napoleon Hill, in his motivational talks, reminds us that when God is about to give you something big, He first tests your patience and faith. This means that the waiting period isn't punishment or failure, it's preparation. Like a farmer who waits patiently for seeds to grow, you must give your efforts time to bear fruit. Patience also teaches resilience. It helps you avoid burnout and discouragement. When you face setbacks or feel stuck, instead of giving up or rushing, patience invites you to reflect, adjust, and keep going steadily. It's in this steady persistence that true progress happens. Trusting the process is deeply connected to faith. You may not see the whole path ahead, but believing that each step is moving you toward your goal gives you strength to continue. Sometimes the answers come in unexpected ways or at unexpected times, and patience helps you stay open to these possibilities. A great example of patience in history is Joseph from the Bible, who spent years in hardship before rising to a powerful position. His story teaches us that patience during trials is often the hidden key to future success. In everyday life, cultivating patience means practicing small acts of calm, waiting calmly in a line, listening fully without interrupting, or taking a deep breath before reacting to stress. These moments build your overall ability to wait without frustration. In sum, patience and trust in the process are daily habits that help you stay grounded. They prepare you to receive the good things coming your way, ensuring that when your moment arrives, you're ready to handle it with grace and wisdom. Habit 8. Keep learning and growing every day. One of the most important habits you can develop is the commitment to keep learning and growing every single day. Life never stops changing, and neither should your knowledge, skills, or mindset. When you invest in learning, you open doors to new opportunities and prepare yourself for the challenges and blessings ahead. Learning isn't just about reading books or studying. It's about being curious, asking questions, and seeking to improve in small ways constantly. It can be as simple as listening carefully to advice from others, reflecting on your experiences, or trying out a new skill. When you make this a daily habit, you become stronger and more adaptable. Napoleon Hill's message reminds us that preparation is key for receiving big blessings. One of the best ways to prepare is through learning. When you improve yourself, you become ready to handle bigger responsibilities, greater success, or unexpected chances. Think about the story of David, who was a shepherd boy before becoming a great king. His time watching sheep taught him patience, courage, and leadership, lessons he used later to lead a nation. His journey shows us that learning from everyday experiences is just as valuable as formal education. Continuous growth also keeps your mind fresh and open. It helps you avoid feeling stuck or bored and encourages a mindset of possibility rather than limitation. When you face tough situations, having a habit of learning helps you find creative solutions and new perspectives. Even failures can teach us valuable lessons if we are willing to learn from them. Each mistake becomes a stepping stone toward better decisions and stronger character. Make it a habit to read a little each day, listen to inspiring talks, practice new skills, or simply reflect on what you've done and how you can do better. Over time, these small actions build a foundation of knowledge and confidence that supports your journey. In short, daily learning and growth keep you ready for what's next. They ensure that when life brings big opportunities, you're not only prepared, but eager to embrace them. Habit 9. Practice patience and trust the process. One of the hardest but most valuable habits to develop is patience. When you're working towards something important, it's natural to want quick results, but the truth is, meaningful success and big blessings often take time. They don't happen overnight. Instead, they require steady effort, resilience, and the willingness to trust the journey, even when the path looks unclear. Napoleon Hill's speech reminds us that challenges and delays are part of a bigger plan. Sometimes when God or life seems to be closing doors or slowing you down, it's not to stop you, but to prepare you. These waiting periods are opportunities to grow your character and deepen your faith in the process. In today's fast-paced world, patience can feel like a rare virtue. We want instant answers, immediate results, and fast fixes. But by practicing patience, you learn to stay calm and steady in the face of uncertainty. You develop endurance, which is like a muscle. You build it by using it regularly. Think of great leaders like Joseph, who endured many years of hardship before becoming a powerful leader in Egypt. His patience and trust in the process allowed him to be ready for the moment when his purpose finally unfolded. Without patience, he might have given up or taken shortcuts that would have ruined his destiny. Trusting the process also means believing that everything happening now has a purpose, even the tough times. When you can look beyond the moment and see your challenges as lessons rather than setbacks, you build a mindset that attracts success. Patience teaches you humility, self-control, and the wisdom to wait for the right time. Remember, impatience often leads to frustration and poor decisions, but patience brings peace and clarity. It allows you to focus on what you can control, your effort, your attitude, and your growth, while letting go of what you can't. So today, commit to practicing patience. When things don't move as fast as you want, remind yourself that this is all part of a greater plan. Stay steady, keep working quietly, and trust that your efforts will bear fruit in the right time. Habit 10, take action with faith even when you're unsure. The final habit you must work on every day is taking action with faith, especially when the path isn't clear. It's easy to wait for perfect conditions, complete knowledge, or a clear sign before moving forward. But often, those moments never come exactly as we hope. Instead, progress happens when you trust yourself and the process enough to take that first step anyway. Napoleon Hill's message reminds us that sometimes blessings are delayed because we're not ready to receive them yet. But when you act in faith, when you move forward with confidence despite uncertainty, you show that you're ready. You demonstrate obedience, courage, and trust, qualities that open doors and attract opportunities. Think about the times in life when you hesitated because you were afraid of making mistakes or didn't have all the answers. That hesitation can keep you stuck. But faith-driven action pushes you beyond fear and doubt. It helps you learn, grow, and build momentum. Even small steps count. Writing a simple email, making a phone call, learning a new skill, or waking up early to work on your goals. These actions add up. They send a powerful message to yourself and the universe. You are ready to receive. You are serious about your growth, and you trust the journey. The important part is to keep moving, even if the path seems foggy. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, faith is about starting before you see the entire staircase. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to start walking. Each step you take brings more clarity, more confidence, and more readiness for the blessings coming your way. So today, no matter what doubts or fears you feel, take one step forward. Believe that your efforts matter, that your faith will carry you, and that you are closer than you think to something great. We're coming to the end of this video, and now it's your turn to take action and change your life. Drop a comment below saying, "I'm ready to change no matter how tough the journey might be." I'll personally read every comment and highlight one inspiring story right here on our channel. If you want daily no-nonsense motivation to keep you going, make sure to subscribe and join our community.